time of the day when we tell you about everything that's buzzing in the startup space. I'm Priya Sheth, and a very warm welcome to all of you to the Daily Dispatch. Now, the three companies that I'm going to be talking about today include Paytm, Ola, as well as Flipkart. And here's why these companies are in news today. Well, clearly one big IPO that the street is watching out for is the Paytm IPO, and this initial public offering is likely to be a whopping 16,600 crore rupees, and sources aware of the EGM outcome say that the shareholders have given an approval to raise about 12,000 crore rupees during the IPO, and the sale of secondary shares will take the total amount to 16,600 crore rupees. Now, this fintech unicorn is expected to release its DRHP later this week, so all of you watch out. While fuel costs continue to skyrocket these days, one space that has been hot is the electric vehicle space, and this is headline number 2. Ola Electric, which is the two-wheeler manufacturing arm of Ola, will be raising about $100 million in debt financing over 10 years from Bank of Baroda, and these funds will be used to finance the first phase of development of this factory. Now, the final aim of this factory is to make about 10 million vehicles a year at full capacity. Well, Walmart-owned Flipkart is the third company that's been in news today, and here's the reason why: because Flipkart has raised a whopping $3.6 billion from SoftBank Vision Fund 2, Tiger Global, as well as Walmart and other sovereign funds. Now, believe it or not, the post-money valuation of Flipkart is now $37.6 billion, and the funds are likely to be used for deeper investments across people, technology, supply chain, as well as infrastructure. Also, interestingly, this e-commerce battleground is heating up clearly, with more players like Reliance as well as Tata's taking giant leaps in this space. Well, moving on to our second segment, I have with me someone who is in the fitness space, and he himself is a fitness enthusiast. He's an author and the co-founder of Fittr. Thank you very much, Jitendra Chouksey, for joining us today on the Daily Dispatch. What is the secret behind being so fit? And I believe you've also written a book recently on the whole fitness space, Lose Fat and Get Fitter. So tell us a little bit about what this really means and how this really applies in the context, because, in the middle of a pandemic, everyone's sitting at home. Of course, the lockdown has spoiled people's fitness habits as well. All, fits together in one segment.
Right. Thank you so much. I think fitness is one of the basic hygienes that everybody needs. And we talk about fitness, it's part of your overall health. If you look at the WHO definition of health, it says it's not merely an absence of disease, but a state of complete physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being. Right. So fitness is one of the key pillars, and until you fix your fitness, physical, mental, and social fitness, you truly do not understand what growth is. And I think it's all about making it a part of your lifestyle. Just like we don't think too much when we are brushing our teeth or taking a shower, it's part of a basic hygiene. I think that's exactly what people need to do when it comes to staying fit. So pandemic or no pandemic, busy lifestyle or not, it hardly takes 30 to 45 minutes of exercise and just eating right every single day to stay in best shape.
Right. Talk to us about the journey of Fittr. I want to understand what's the kind of community size at this point in time, and what kind of plans have you seen for Fittr over the last couple of months?
Right. So as you guys already know, Fittr started from a very small WhatsApp group back in 2013-14 when I started helping my friends and family members get fit. And from there, the evolution of Squats Fitness Private Limited, and then eventually the brand Fittr happened. And currently we have trained and transformed about 200,000 plus people using sustainable and using behavioral, habitual changes in people, which are not talking about the destination, but are making them enjoy the journey of fitness. Right. So 2020 has been an interesting year, not just for us. I think it's for everybody out there. The pandemic changed our perception about a lot of things. For once, people have started believing that you don't really need gyms to stay in good shape. You can work out at home. And it was such a big change in perspective, because before that, people always believed, including myself, that you can't stay fit at home. But now that has changed, and I'm seeing this as a welcome change. I think Fittr was in the right place at the right time, and we definitely pivoted to our existing model. We also introduced uh, fitness training services online, where we ventured into personal training business online, and currently we've given employment to about 100 plus personal training coaches, who, despite the pandemic, are now having a stable income. So I think it's all about seeing an opportunity in any sort of problem, and then trying to solve it. That's exactly what we have done over the last so many years, and that's what we will continue to do in the future as well. We see fitness not just as a single faceted problem, but a multifaceted, multidimensional problem, and the solution lies in our understanding of the problem. So it's about asking the right sort of questions, and that's exactly what we are doing right now.
So which of your verticals have seen good growth of late? If you could give us a breakup as to how well each of these verticals have performed, and going forward, which perhaps could be your biggest verticals?
Right. So we have currently two verticals. One is FNN, and then which is fitness and lifestyle coaching, which is our core business, which currently contributes to about 95% of the business. The business has seen roughly 84% growth since the last year. And the other business, which is a more recent business, is the PT business, which is people can train with life coaches from 45 minutes to an hour every single day in different disciplines, be it strength and conditioning, yoga, martial arts, and even dance. Right. So this business has grown extremely fast. We are experiencing 35 to 40% month-on-month growth. In fact, from last quarter to this quarter, we have grown by over 80%. So in future, I believe that there's going to be a huge demand as people are adopting to new norms, as people are coming to this realization that they don't really need gyms to be fit. They can stay fit at home. And I think this also opens up a whole new segment, because there were a lot of people who were reluctant to go to the gyms, and they never liked the idea or bought into the idea that you really need to go to a place 30 minutes traveling in traffic and go and lift weights there. uh, in this mechanism, in this model, you save a lot of time while getting the similar kind of benefits, right? So I believe that this segment will continue to expand, and the fact that most of the clients in this segment, roughly 60% of the clients are outside India in this segment, which is in contrast with the FNN, where 30% of the clients are actually from outside India. We believe that this segment will continue to expand very rapidly, and we should be able to create employment for at least 1,000 plus PT coaches in the next 12 to 18 months.
Right. I believe that the offline model is perhaps is not a dead model as we speak. A lot of gyms and other, coaching classes are betting big on the physical space as well to be an important channel in the future. So, do you think Fittr could also look for an offline kind of model down the line?
I think it all depends on which way the public sentiment goes, and largely all these businesses are driven by public sentiment. If there's a good uptake in the offline models, we'd probably look at that space very actively. But I think for the next couple of months or maybe a few years, the online model will continue to grow. That's at least what we believe in, and so we'll continue to fortify our online space, and we'll see where we go from there.
Right, you have interesting investors who are on board. You have a celebrity as well, Sunil Shetty, who is also invested in the company. So, talk to us about the kind of funding plans that you have. Do you think Fittr, with these kind of aggressive expansion plans, will need some more funding for the next leg of growth?
Well, certainly, it's sort of a requirement in today's market, because the fitness industry has seen a lot of change in the last couple of years, with massive online players like Healthify.me and CultFit doing so well and having raised such vast amount of funding. I think the competition is heating up. More and more players are coming online, and it's a good thing, because the online space, which was pretty restricted to a very small group of population, is now expanding. And to be able to expand rapidly, you are going to need funds. However, at Fittr, we have a very different philosophy around fundraise and how we deploy the funds. I just wanted to update you guys that we still continue to be profitable and we don't burn any cash. So our philosophy around funding is primarily followed by three key areas where we focus on: people, product, and processes. So key hirings, improving our existing product, and improving our existing processes is where the funding mostly goes.
So you are in the market for funds, and is there a ballpark in terms of how much would you like to raise?
Is there an option for me to not talk about it?
All right, so we can expect Fittr to raise some funds, although Jitendra doesn't want to tell us how much, but we won't let him go without sharing some fitness tips with us and our viewers. So Jitendra, before I let you go, 3 tips for our viewers in terms of how they can stay fit at home. Of course, they will download the Fittr app, but apart from that, anything else that they can do at home by themselves that will help them stay fit?
Yeah, I think one of the basic things that you have to do is remove the notion that fitness is something which requires time and effort, because it does not. People would look at me and they would think, oh, this guy must be spending 4 hours in the gym, when in reality, that's absolutely not true. So to be able to maintain myself in a good shape year round, all I have to do is just make sure that it becomes a part of my routine. I spend 45 minutes to an hour working out. You can do with less. Start with 15 minutes, 20 minutes, basic exercises, push-ups, pull-ups, squats. That's it. That's all you need. And on top of that, measure what you're eating. Make sure that you're eating protein, carbohydrates, and fats in proper ratios. Calculate what your body requirements is. Experiment, find out that sweet spot, and then be patient and stay consistent, most importantly. Because no matter what you do and all aspects of your life, without patience, without consistency, you will not get anywhere. So is with fitness. Be it physical fitness, social fitness, mental fitness, financial fitness. Patience and consistency pays off big time. So just these.
Right. So consistency and patience, these are the 2 takeaways that we have from what Jitendra has to tell us. Thank you very much for being a part of the Daily Dispatch. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Priya.
Well, time now to wrap up this edition of the Daily Dispatch. I'll catch you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Goodbye and take care.